Do you know about the backroom deal about doubling his compensation?
Jack, are you talking to me about backroom deals? You're talking about you and the developers in the backroom about the green belt?
And well, these two argue. Our hydro bills are going through the roof while these two argue.
It was interesting. City News hosting the three main Ontario party leaders, and as you just heard, it was heated at times. Doug Ford taking some heat for flip-flopping on the Greenbelt development issue, and Ford shooting back at Kathleen Wynne, claiming that she's made backdoor deals when it comes to executive salaries at Hydro. Now, speaking of Hydro, it got a lot of attention from all three leaders during the discussions. Wynne defended the rates. Ford and Horwath say it is unacceptable.
Brownouts, blackouts, we rebuilt the system. That cost a lot of money. We've now spread the cost over a longer period of time and gave people a 25% reduction.
After you gave them a 300% increase,
because we built the
system. You ignored people for years and years and years.
We had a brownout and blackout in Pickering last week.
Oh, my goodness.
Right in Pickering, we had a brownout and blackout.
We built the system up because it had been degraded. And you know what? That's not even a partisan comment. The fact is, Liberal, NDP, and Conservative governments had not made the investments that needed to be made.
Ford blasted the Liberals for paying millions out in bonuses at Hydro One. In fact, he said he'd fire the president and CEO of Hydro One if elected. That person makes over $6 million a year. All right, a brand new poll out from Main Street Research, brand new this morning, suggesting Doug Ford won the debate with 35% support. Just over 24% think the NDP's Andrea Horwath was winner, with Kathleen Wynne far back in third at 9.5%. This survey quizzing 2,000 Ontarians of voting age right after the debate. Now, we here at City News did our own Twitter poll before and after the debate. Beforehand, Doug Ford had the most support, 42%. Andrea Horwath with 27% and Wynne at 24%. But have a look at the numbers after the debate. A different story. Andrea Horwath coming out on top with 43% support. Doug Ford had the backing of 39%, and Kathleen Wynne with 14%. So very interesting. And again, as they always say, the only poll that really matters is the one that's going to be happening on June the 7th. Of course, that's when we head to the polls. All right, a rocky start for Canada's new National Public Alert System as testing in Ontario and Quebec doesn't quite go as planned. So apparently, a space in the coding, that's what prevented the alert from being sent to wireless devices in Quebec yesterday morning. And problems here in Ontario, only some devices received the alert during the testing in the afternoon. The test alert results are being investigated right now, and Public Safety Minister Ralph Goodale says that he expects experts to quickly correct, quote, serious glitches that caused problems in testing. Further tests are scheduled for the rest of Canada for Wednesday. The new system warning of safety concerns, things like natural disasters, Amber Alerts, or terrorist threats. Well, there could be some good news soon for the 40,000 York University students who've been out of the classroom since March the 5th. The Ontario government introducing new legislation that could bring an end to the 10-week gold strike at York U. If it's passed, the legislation would refer any outstanding issues between the university and the union to binding mediation arbitration. The province says the two sides are going to have 5 days to agree on a mediator arbitrator before one is appointed by the Minister of Labour. Well, it was some wicked weather, a whole lot of wicked damage too. Toronto Hydro crews say that they have made some huge headway in getting power back up and running after Friday's nasty storm that impacted thousands of people right across southern Ontario. As it stands right now, 480 customers remain without power this morning. That's down from the 68,000 who were without power after the 125-kilometer-hour winds swept through the region. Crews working 24/7, but because of damage to wires and some of the hydro poles, it is a bit difficult to say when everything will be fully restored. Hydro, of course, advising customers that they may need to temporarily disconnect power while making final repairs to ensure the safety of their crew. 6:08 now. We're going downstairs to Kevin and Winston.